All right, strap yourselves in, because we're diving deep into some seriously weird territory. We're talking geopolitics, espionage, and maybe even a touch of sci-fi today.
Sounds intriguing already.
You, our awesome listeners, sent us this clip. It's from a Spanish YouTube video.
Okay.
And get this, it's a hypnotist interviewing someone about Vladimir Putin.
Wow, you weren't kidding about weird territory.
I know, right? But trust me, it gets even wilder.
I'm all ears. Lay it on me.
So the hypnotist is Elena Martin,
Mm-hmm.
and the person she's hypnotizing, who we only know as Monica, makes some pretty out there claims. I'm talking reptilian DNA, psychic powers, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, now I really need to hear those.
Oh, you will. To help us decode all this, we have our expert on all things strange and complex.
Happy to be here. Always up for a good mystery.
So Monica, under hypnosis, she describes Putin as this powerful energy manipulator. She says he draws energy from humans.
That's a claim we hear a lot, actually. This idea of energy harvesting pops up in conspiracy theories all the time.
Yeah, it's like he's siphoning our life force or something.
Right. Plays on that fear of unseen forces using us for their own purposes. But even if we don't take it literally, this idea of Putin as an energy vampire, it's a powerful metaphor.
I see what you mean.
Like how people see him on the world stage. So much power and influence.
It's kind of unsettling, isn't it?
Definitely makes you think.
And Monica doesn't stop there. She goes on to say that Putin is part of this whole network of reptilian beings.
Ah, yes, the reptilian overlords. A classic.
Pulling the strings behind world events and all that.
You know, those theories have been around for ages. Like centuries. We see them everywhere. Ancient myths, modern sci-fi, you name it.
It is interesting, though, why reptiles? Why not? Like giant space hamsters controlling everything.
I know, right? But think about it, reptiles. They're associated with these primal instincts, hidden knowledge, raw power.
Yeah.
When you give those qualities to someone you see as an enemy, it really ramps up that fear and distrust.
Like our natural fear of snakes, but on a global scale.
Exactly.
That's a pretty scary thought.
It is. And you know, these theories often tap into those bigger anxieties we have about control, hidden agendas, all that.
The things that keep us up at night.
Exactly.
And speaking of hidden things, Monica also claims there's this secret continent in Antarctica.
A secret continent.
Yeah, she describes it as a utopia. Hidden behind this giant wall of ice. Different species living together peacefully. And guess who built the wall?
Don't tell me, Putin.
Bingo! Russian ships sent by Putin himself. At least according to Monica.
To protect this paradise, I assume.
Exactly. To shield it from the outside world.
It does sound a bit far-fetched, though, doesn't it? I mean, we have satellites, all this technology. You'd think we would have spotted something like that by now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a small thing to miss.
Right. But logistically speaking, it is pretty improbable.
But still, it's a cool idea. This secret world hidden away.
It is. And it pops up in other conspiracy theories, too. This hidden Antarctic continent.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe it's this longing for a hidden world. A place untouched by all the problems and conflicts we face.
A place where things are different.
Yeah, like an escape from the world as we know it. Okay, so we've got energy-sucking reptiles and hidden continents.
What else does Monica reveal under hypnosis? This is like a sci-fi thriller unfolding.
Well, it gets even more interesting. She claims that we, as humans, were actually contributing to natural disasters and climate change.
Wait, what?
Through our collective fear and negative energy.
So, like, we're just manifesting hurricanes with our bad vibes.
Not exactly, of course, but this idea does tie into the concept of co-creation.
Co-creation.
It's this new age belief that our thoughts and emotions, they can actually shape reality.
So we're all connected like in a giant energy web.
In a way, yes.
Wow, that's a powerful concept. But I can also see how it could be, misused or misinterpreted.
Oh, absolutely. It's important to approach it with nuance.
I mean, we can't just go around blaming victims of natural disasters for their own misfortune. Or downplaying the impact of human actions on the environment.
Right. It's a balance. We need to recognize our potential influence, but also understand the complexities of the world around us.
It's not all about our thoughts. There are real systems at play.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got energy, hidden continents, and co-creation. What else? I'm hooked.
Well, Monica also claims that Putin has direct control over other world leaders.
Wait, seriously?
She describes them as puppets.
Like carrying out his commands?
Yeah, that's what she says. Pretty chilling, right?
It is. Like, if he's this master manipulator, are we all just pawns in his game?
It's a common theme in conspiracy theories. this hidden hand controlling everything.
It's like those global chess analogies, but with much higher stakes.
Exactly. And it taps into that deep fear of manipulation, of
Yeah.
losing our autonomy.
Especially in today's world, with information warfare and all that.
It's a valid concern.
It's all pretty unsettling, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if Putin is this puppet master, is there any way to break free? Any hope?
Well, according to Monica, there is. She says humans can reclaim their power by becoming aware of the contracts and agreements that bind us to these powerful forces.
Contracts and agreements. That sounds cryptic.
A bit, yeah. But I think it ties into the idea of conscious choice, opting out of those systems that exploit and manipulate us.
So it's about internal change.
Yeah.
Changing our beliefs, our choices.
Exactly. Recognizing the power of our own thoughts and actions, aligning them with our own truth.
It's about taking back control.
Precisely.
This is a lot to unpack.
It is, but it's definitely a fascinating dive.
It is, and there's more to come. So what stands out to you so far? What resonates with you?
What's striking to me is just how certain Monica is about these claims. Despite how outlandish they sound, it highlights the power of belief, even when it's detached from facts.
It's like the more outrageous the claim, the stronger the belief can be.
It's fascinating, right? But there's also a certain poetic truth to some of these ideas, like Putin as an energy vampire. It speaks to how those in power can drain resources, manipulate others for their own gain.
So maybe there's a metaphorical layer to this whole thing.
Possibly. It could be a way of dealing with our fears about power, control, and just how complex the world really is.
It definitely gives us a lot to think about. All right, we're back and ready to go even deeper into these hypnotic revelations. Last time, we left off with Monica describing that secret continent in Antarctica. You know, the one hidden behind a wall of ice.
Yeah, the utopia, the sanctuary, safe from all the chaos of the outside world.
Right, exactly. And remember, she claimed it wasn't just a haven for, like, peace-loving creatures.
Oh, it was much more than that.
It was this source of powerful energy that Putin was somehow siphoning off.
Tapping into that hidden power.
It really makes you wonder, what kind of energy are we even talking about here? Is this like some cosmic power grid situation?
Well, it's tough to say, honestly. I mean, the source is, someone under hypnosis.
True, true.
But it is interesting, the idea that Putin's power, it doesn't come from military might or political strategy.
But from this hidden energy source.
Yeah.
Like a secret weapon.
Yeah, exact.
Almost like a superhero origin story, but for a villain.
I like that. Instead of a radioactive spider, he's got this hidden continent fueling his powers.
It does have that comic book feel to it.
It does. And it plays into that whole conspiracy theory thing, right? Hidden knowledge, secret powers, controlling things behind the scenes.
That there's something else going on beneath the surface.
Exactly.
Okay, but buckle up, because it gets even wilder. Monica claims Putin isn't just using this energy to stay in power.
He's sharing it.
Well, more like channeling it. To a whole other planet.
Wait, what? Another planet?
Yeah. And get this, it's inhabited by, giant energy-hungry reptiles.
Okay, now we're definitely in sci-fi territory.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She describes these reptiles as massive, with this insatiable appetite for energy.
Sounds terrifying.
It is kind of. Almost like a parasitic relationship, right? With Putin acting as the conduit, funneling energy from Earth to feed these reptilian overlords.
If that were true, you'd think we'd see some evidence of it here, right? Like blackouts, energy shortages, something.
Right, like where's all this energy going?
You would think it would leave some kind of trace.
Exactly. But Monica, she suggests the effects are subtle, but they're everywhere, leading to this, gradual decline in human vitality.
So we're all just a bit less vibrant because Putin's feeding these reptilian space monsters.
Basically. It's a lot to process, I know.
It is a dramatic claim. And, we should remember, just because someone believes something strongly under hypnosis doesn't make it true.
Of course, of course. Always good to be skeptical.
Exactly.
But let's play devil's advocate for a minute. Let's say, hypothetically, there's some truth to this.
Okay, I'm game.
Even if we don't take the reptilian overlords literally, what could this tell us about Putin? About his ambitions, his tactics?
That's an interesting question. If we strip away the fantastical stuff, what are we left with?
Power dynamics, manipulation, exploiting resources.
Right, so maybe this reptilian planet, it's a metaphor for something else. Another entity, a system that benefits from draining Earth's resources.
Or maybe even suppressing human potential.
Exactly.
It's a way of looking at those systems that seem to thrive at the expense of others.
And that brings us back to that idea of energy vampires.
Not literally, of course.
Right, but as a way of describing those who exploit, manipulate others for their own gain. Individuals, organizations, even entire systems.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here. It's a critique of power structures,
Yeah.
of those who want control at any cost.
And recognizing those patterns of exploitation, no matter who or what's behind them.
It makes you think.
It does.
Speaking of patterns, Monica also claims that Putin has been reincarnated many times, each time becoming more powerful, more influential.
Ah, the reincarnation angle. It blends conspiracy theories with those esoteric beliefs.
Definitely takes us further into the realm of speculation.
It does. And in this case, Monica suggests that Putin's essence, it jumps from one body to the next, holding on to knowledge, skills from past lives.
It's like he's leveling up with each reincarnation.
Right. And she even mentions a specific past life that she believes had a big influence on Putin.
Okay, who is it?
Grigory Rasputin.
Rasputin, the mad monk of Russia.
The one and only. A figure shrouded in mystery and controversy.
I can see why she'd connect them. Both powerful, enigmatic figures.
It's like she's creating this narrative of a continuous line of influence across time.
Yeah, like Putin is Rasputin 2.0.
It's a powerful image.
It is. But Monica doesn't stop there. She goes on to claim that Rasputin's power, it came from external sources.
Entities from beyond Earth. Bringing us back to that hidden network, influencing things on a cosmic level.
That's a common theme, right?
Right.
That we're not alone, and that some of these extraterrestrial beings, they might not have our best interests at heart.
It's a recurring fear.
Like, we're all just puppets in some cosmic play. But why? What would they want from us?
That's the million-dollar question. And there are so many theories out there, some harmless, some terrifying.
And Monica.
She leans towards terrifying. She describes this scene, these reptilian beings, literally consuming human energy.
Okay, that's creepy.
It is.
Yeah.
It taps into that primal fear, right? Being devoured by something we can't control.
Like something out of a nightmare.
Exactly. And she claims that Putin is willingly participating. He's the conduit between Earth and these reptilian beings.
He's basically betraying humanity.
That's what she suggests.
But why? What's in it for him?
According to Monica, ultimate power and immortality.
So he's selling out humanity for a chance to become a reptilian god.
It's a bleak picture, I know. But remember, this is just one interpretation, filtered through hypnosis and personal beliefs.
Right.
We have to be careful not to take it as gospel truth.
Of course. But even if we don't believe the specifics, it's still unsettling. Someone sacrificing the well-being of others for their own gain.
Absolutely. A timeless story, unfortunately. The corrupt leader, the power-hungry tyrant.
It makes you wonder, if this is the reality, is there any way out? Is there any hope?
Well, Monica believes there is. She says humans have the power to take back their energy.
To break this parasitic relationship.
Exactly.
But how? How do we fight back against reptilian overlords and energy vampires? It seems impossible.
Monica's solution, it's all about consciousness. Raising our awareness.
We can see the manipulation for what it is.
Right. And then refusing to participate.
It's a call to wake up, to recognize our own power.
And take responsibility for the future.
It's a pretty big ask, isn't it?
It is. But she also emphasizes collective action. She believes when enough people wake up, it disrupts the system.
So it's not just about individual change, it's about a collective shift in consciousness.
Exactly. Realizing we're all connected.
Yeah.
That we can create a different reality, a better world.
A world without reptilian overlords. Okay, welcome back to the deep dive. I don't know about you, but my head is still spinning from those images. Putin sending energy to a planet full of giant reptiles.
It's quite the image, isn't it? Really gets the imagination going.
It does, but, we're not saying any of this is literally true. We're looking at it as a way to, explore belief. All those anxieties that fuel these theories.
Exactly. What are the themes? What do they tell us about how we see the world?
Right, exactly. So last time, we were talking about Monica's claims about Putin controlling world leaders.
Yeah, she described him as this puppet master, pulling the strings, orchestrating things for his own benefit.
And then there was that whole psychic touch thing, where he could read people's energy through his fingertips.
It does add this, supernatural element to the story, doesn't it? Makes it even scarier.
It does. If he's this powerful, how can anyone escape his control?
That's the big question, isn't it?
But Monica did offer some hope, right?
She did. She really emphasized awareness.
Seeing the manipulation for what it is.
Right. Knowing is half the battle, as they say.
So the truth will set you free.
Exactly. Question the narratives, especially those that push fear and division. Don't just take things at face value. Dig deeper.
Look for different perspectives. Form your own conclusions.
Right.
She also talked about breaking free from those contracts and agreements, the ones that tie us to these systems of control. What did she mean by that exactly?
I think it's about conscious choice. Saying no to those systems that exploit us, even if it means challenging the way things are.
So, changing ourselves from the inside out.
Exactly. She talked about taking back our energy, focusing on love instead of fear, aligning ourselves with something bigger.
Almost like a spiritual awakening.
In a sense, yes, real change starts with us.
But she also talked about the power of collective action, right?
She did. When enough people wake up, things start to shift. The system can't hold on as easily.
It's a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're all connected. We have the power to create something different, something better.
A world where we're not all just puppets. This has been quite a ride. Energy vampires, secret continents, psychic powers, global awakenings. It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is. So where do we go from here? What do we take away from all this?
That's a good question.
I think even though these beliefs might seem out there, they show us something important.
Yeah.
Our deepest fears and desires, our anxieties about power, about control, about the future. But they also show us our longing for something better, for a world that's fair and just.
So even if we don't believe everything Monica says, there's still something to learn here.
Absolutely. It's a reminder to be critical, to question what we're told, to keep searching for truth and understanding.
Well said. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us as we explored the weird and fascinating world of conspiracy theories.
It's been a pleasure. And remember, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop seeking your own truth.